2023, Shettima wants to be president using Tinubu's weak health. This according to Reno Omokri. A former heir to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Reno Omokri has described the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC, Kashim Shettima, as a manipulative human being. Omokri says Shettima wants to be president using the party's presidential candidate as a ladder. Omokri spoke on Wednesday in reaction to Shettima's verbal attack. On Tuesday, Shettima has stated that the APC would defeat Atiku and banish him to Dubai, saying a man who could not unite his party would not be able to unite Nigerians. Reacting, Omokri maintained that Shettima only wants to be president and sees Tinubu as his shortcut to Aso Rock. According to him, the former Bono governor has deliberately insulted Atiku so that PDP would leave Tinubu and face him, adding that it was a bait the PDP should not take. Kashim Shettima is a very manipulative human being. He does not dislike Atiku. He only wants to be president and sees Tinubu as his shortcut to Aso Rock. So he deliberately insulted Atiku so the PDP will leave Tinubu and face him. It is a bait the PDP should not take, he said. Omokri claimed that Tinubu is the weak link on the APC ticket, stressing that his health, parental background, education, age, and his criminal records are all disqualifying factors. Tinubu is the weak link in this ticket. His health, his parental background, his education, his age, and his criminal history are all disqualifying factors. Shettima has rightly calculated that they will lose if that is the conversation. This attack is a preemptive strike. The PDP ought to stay focused on the weakest link. If Tinubu fails, the entire domino chain falls, he declared. A group, the Northern Consensus Movement, has threatened to stop the supply of foodstuffs from the north to the south over attacks on its members. Addressing a press conference, the leader of the group, Awal Abdullahi, said the decision to shut food supply to the south will be carried out in the next 21 days if the government and leaders from the regions do nothing to address the problem. Across the shores of other parts of Nigeria, that is southwest, south-south, and southeastern part of Nigeria, you are aware that some days ago, more than 10 trucks were burned to ashes, as well as lives and properties destroyed for no just cause. We will not tolerate this barbaric act by those that think they are above the law. We are law-abiding, so we will take a just course. And we are saying enough is enough. Therefore, the meeting today on that day is resolving to take an action, and that action will culminate in a formal announcement. In a short while from now, we will stop the supply of food to other parts of Nigeria from the north. We will not retaliate by killing or destroying properties, but we will take an action that will send the signal to other parts of Nigeria until a decisive action is taken by the government and leaders of those regions for the protection of our members. The former senator that's representing the good people of Kaduna Central Senatorial Zone, Senator Sani, has slammed African nations for continuously depending on the Ukraine for food, even when Africa has a bigger landmass when compared to that of Ukraine. According to a tweet he made on his verified Twitter handle, the former lawmaker made it known that the landmass of Africa is 30.37 million square kilometers, and the landmass of Ukraine is just 603,700 square kilometers. Yet, African countries are depending on Ukraine for food and other things. Since the Russian and Ukrainian war started some months back, the prices of food and other items have gone up and will continue to go up in Nigeria and in different African countries. With the way things are going presently, I really think that The time is right for Nigerian and African leaders to do the needful as to make sure that there is sufficient food in Africa, because we have the land and the manpower and shouldn't be depending on any European country for food. What do you think? And you wonder why almost the whole of Africa will rely on Ukraine. The other time, grain exportation was stopped due to Russia's attacks. Yeah. And it seems several parts of the world relying on Ukraine for food began to suffer. And you wonder why just Ukraine and Russia are producing almost all the grains that are transported in several parts of the world. Yet, you can't compare the land of Ukraine to Africa. Africa is far much bigger than Ukraine. So what is wrong? When is Africa going to grow their own food and stop relying on imports from Ukraine? I had even maize is still being imported from overseas. Why? Anyway, add your comment, tell us what you think. This is where we round up on this one.